Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Flagstaff Superlite 524 BBS fifth wheel. You guys picked a beautiful unit here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking on your campsite. Leave plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, of course, leave plenty of room for your slides to come in and out unimpeded, preferably nothing hanging over top of them. Then I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your water for campsites, whole docking station is going to be just in front of your tires on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Then your power is going to plug in back here on the rear of your off camp side. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, we're going to unhook your hitch. With these power buttons for your landing control legs. Retract or extend. Make sure when you lock these in, you lock them all the way through. You have a docking light here should you arrive at night. Once you unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do, use your landing legs to get your unit level. Once your unit's level, you're going to come around here on your campsite and extend stabilizing jacks. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing Jackpads. Jackpads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in summer. It'll better distribute the weight. Grab a 2-pack of those and put them down underneath your feet here. Run them down just until they are taut. Remember, our unit's already level. We did that with our landing legs. Now we just want to support the unit, stabilize it. As soon as you feel like you're starting to lift the unit, go ahead and stop. Remember, our unit's already level. We just want to stabilize it. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord here. Now, the way these new cords go in, they'll go in to the left, wiggle it on, turn it to the right, and then put on your black washer. At the end of this 50 amp service, you need to plug into a 30 amp at a campsite. There's a 50 down to 30 dog bone that comes in your convenience pack. And if you ever need to plug into a 110, you can take this 30 to 15 amp, throw it on the end of that, and plug it into a 110. Got our power hooked up, let's hook up our water. Again, your docking station is up here. If you have some lighting, touch that. So, it's real easy on this. Here are all your instructions on how you want to set up, and there are your knobs to turn. At a campsite, we are going to hook up to city water. We're going to want white down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. Now those match that. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce your water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Use this when putting fluid in here. Get your nozzle set. Open up the city water. Hook up your water pressure regulator. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater on your unit. Your hot water heater is over here just to the right of your entry door. Before turning that water on, this will lift right up off here, like so. Before turning your water on, want to make sure your drain plug's in. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Inch and eighth socket, get that in there nice and tight. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, after that hose has been on for a little while, go inside. You can deploy your slides at this time because the unit's level and stable. Go in there and open up all your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines. Once you got a steady flow of water, shut them off. Then you can turn on this hot water heater from indoors. If for some reason your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, look out here to see if these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in to reset it. And then your pressure release valve. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping, or boondocking as they like to call it. Well, in that case, we have a two-step process. You start by filling your tank, and then you'll switch it to dry camping. So set your nozzles, handles like so, white down, green to the left, red up, blue down. Hook up to the city water connect. This is also your fresh water. Hook up your hose along with your water pressure regulator. Turn that hose on. Make sure you treat the hot water heater the same way that it's got your drain plug back in. Go inside, and on your panel board we check the levels of your black and gray and tanks, as well as your battery. There's also a freshwater button. Watch that. Don't leave this while filling that up. Once that's filled up, go ahead and remove your hose. Put your cap back on. Now we switch to dry camping. Turn white up, green up, that up, blue to the left. Now we're lined up like so. To dry camping. Then, when you want to utilize that potable water, you'll turn on your water pump. You can turn on your water pump here, as well as a control panel indoors. Just wherever you turn it on, make sure that's where you turn it off at. Alright, we're all set up with water, city or dry camping. Let's go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Continuing on this panel board here. To winterize, you'll set your cables like knobs like so, and then siphon in your antifreeze. And to sanitize, you will siphon in just a cleaner that'll clean your tanks out. Also here is cable and satellite hookups. Again, your hot water heater, an outdoor shower this spray port will connect to. City water, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping your black tanks. You also have a 110 out here, and the convenience to run your water hoses down through. There's your water filter inside your pass-through storage here. Over here is your propane, lefty-loosey to open. Continuing down your off-camp side, this is the flue for your furnace. Two things: make sure it's never blocked, and if you are running it, steer clear, it does get hot. Alright, we got a two-step process here. We're going to turn this to power tank fill. White down, green to the left, red up, blue down. We're lined up a power tank fill. Now just to the right here is where your potable water will go in. Open it up. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, be sure not to leave it while filling. Once you got it full, put your cap back on, come over here and switch to dry camping. White down, green and red up, blue to the left. Now we're lined up for dry camping. Now when we want to utilize that potable water, we'll turn on our water pump. You can turn it on here, or you can turn it on indoors. Just wherever you turn it on, make sure you shut it off in the same spot. Alright, that about covers setting up your water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, starting here in this docking station. You do have a spray port, outdoor shower that you can hook up there. Again, your water pump, cable and satellite, city water, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. And a convenience area here to run your hoses down through. In your pass-through storage is your water filter. See, your unit's been winterized. It's all that pink antifreeze. Propane, lefty-loosey to open. Black and gray dump tanks here, as well as an extra gray back there. Continue down this side, this is a flue for your furnace. Two things, make sure it's never blocked, and if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it, it does get hot. Your freshwater, night docking light. Your freshwater drain, which will be right up here behind these tires, which will be easier to access once our slide's closed. If you're boondocking, that's where you'll dump that fresh water. Gray tank number 2 is back here. Again, your power stabilizing jacks, your power for the unit. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof. Any cracking, peeling, caulk with recommended RV roofing caulk. Maintain the roof of your trailer. This is a Furion backup camera. You're all prepped for one. It's a device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, electronically communicating with this device, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Coming over to the campsite, your controls for your power stabilizing jacks. Another spot for that blue hose spray port. You spray this side of the unit off. Inside your storage up here will be a table, a stand, and a griddle. The griddle sets on the stand and the table sets on here. Quick Connect LP is right there, right above your manual drop down for your spare tire. Also set for TV in here. Inside you have a backer you can put on a TV that'll snap right on here. Cable in 110 right here. Again, your hot water heater, your low point drain for campsites. In here will be your table, your griddle, and the stand that the griddle sets on. Here are manual override crank for your slides. This hole right here is for that. If you happen to lose power, put that brass colored crank in there and that'll run that. And this is for your spare tire to get that down. The other side of your propane, inside here is your regulator, pointing toward the tank you wish to be using. Green means you've got gas. Got another night docking light. Inside is your batteries. Back here is your battery disconnect. This would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. And again on the front, night docking lights, landing leg controls, and your solar. You can trickle charge your batteries by plugging in a solar panel there. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. So the first thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. As you walk in, starting to come up the steps, over here are several things including your control panel. I'll start up here. This is your Go Power GP Electric solar control panel. What this does is it makes sure that your solar panels don't overcharge your batteries. Only thing you have to be concerned with is putting the battery on the right battery, and I will send you a separate video specifically from GP Electric to tell you how this whole thing works. This is for your fan. Down here, your control panel. So here's where you check your brand new battery. That's where you can tell your fresh water is full, your fresh tank, your black and 2 gray tanks. Over here is where you turn on your water heater. If hooked to electric, water heater if hooked to gas, it does make a difference. Tank heaters, if you're in inclement weather, this will turn on a little pad on your tanks. It'll keep them warm from freezing. Here's where you turn on your water pump indoors. Here's where you can turn on your Wi-Fi booster. There's your Wi-Fi information. All this can be also controlled from an app. Get the Lippert One Control app and you can do all your lights and slide outs and awning and everything from that. Here's your slide controls for your bedroom and your living room. We'll run them in a few. And here are all of your lights. Interior, exterior, porch, awning, and step lights. Down below that you have a tire pressure monitoring system that comes with this trailer. I will send you another video specifically from Truck System Technologies explaining how that works. Continuing into your unit here, there's your TV. It's Turn that on. And there's your TV working. Down below that is your IRV Technology sound system. Turn that on. So we've got 3 zones on this: indoors, bedroom, or outdoors, or rock the whole campground, do all 3. AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player. Really nice system. Hold it in to shut it off. Continuing in the kitchen around the corner here is your 110 with GFCI reset. And below that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are dry camping somewhere and you're going to be gone for the whole day, use your battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Self-explanatory microwave. Do have a light and a fan. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Have a panel light over here, up for a panel light, down for an oven light. Turn your panel light on, turn this to light, hit your spark, and there's your flames. So the same thing on your oven. Set this to light, spark it here, that will light it, and then set it to the desired temperature. No need for a pilot light anymore. You have this little pop-up USB power tower, we call it. Nice spot for a coffee pot back in the corner. Magic Chef fridge. You do have this travel lock that keeps your fridge from popping open during travel. Turning over to your sofa, there's a parachute pole recliner. So you pull up on this handle here and that will recline you. And then these buttons are lumbar support. Pushes back down. 110 USBs there. Over here you have a max air vent got installed. Simply hit start with this remote. Turn it on, it opens it and turns it on. You can change to 4 different levels. Go ahead, hit off and it closes and shuts itself off. Next to that, thermostat. Go through the modes here. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on your AC. Turn temperature down on that. I should crank your AC up. There goes your AC. Shut that off. You see that the AC shuts off rather quickly. Now I'm going to go to your heat. Turn the furnace on. Back to that. Heat. Turn temperature up. That should kick on your furnace. And what you'll notice is when I shut your furnace off, it takes a few more minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off compared to the AC. There it goes. Shut that off. Alright, continuing up and through here. Going to your bathroom. Lights. You do have a power exhaust fan here. Simply hit here. 4 different speeds. Crank it open. Make sure your shower door is locked open for travel. You don't want this bouncing around on you. Come back into the bedroom. So you can, this is all prepped. You can actually put an AC unit up there, and this is where the wiring is for it, so the techs would know. Bed with storage underneath. Another place to make sure that you have secure for travel is snap back your closet doors, excuse me. More storage here. Here's your TV back here that you wanted to get a TV for. And down here in the corner is your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there, 25, 30, a little variety there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Well, that about covers everything on the inside. Let me show you something on your awning real quick. So I ran it just about all the way out. You come over here and hit extend. You only want to run that awning out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. Now that will continue to run itself out and up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out farther than you need to. You hear the furnace fan just shut off. Like I said, it takes a couple minutes longer than it does for the AC to shut off. So awning ran back in here. And then we'll close the unit up. Alright, so what I like to do is shut off my interior lights, walk around the unit and see if there's any individual lighting that I need to shut off. Come back up in here into the bedroom. Lastly, your bathroom. So once all that lighting is off, I still have the one over the stove. Your remote will be in the drawer. Now we can just use this to turn on our interior lights. Slide one. Before I bring in slides, doors and drawers, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Slide one in. Make sure your fridge is locked back into travel mode. Shower door is locked into travel mode. I want you to hear that noise. It is okay to hear that. That's the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. Get in your bedroom, make sure all doors and drawers are closed before bringing this slide in. Again, you will hear the mechanism. It's okay to hear. Now this door will magnet back. Okay to keep that open or closed. Shut off our interior lights. Look and make sure our exterior lights are off. Exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these doors, you want to make sure this door is all the way open before bringing these steps up. Otherwise this could catch on your door. Lift that up. Softly set it up inside. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. Your door is ready for travel. At this point, we're going to bring up our rear stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, and our cable. If we are at a boondocking, if we're out dry camping, come around here to this freshwater drain. You can pull that and dump your freshwater tank. Hook up your hitch and head on up to your dump station. At your dump station, park accordingly. You got an extra tank back here, and you've got one up here. You're going to want to start with this one up here because you dump your black tank first. So park accordingly. You do have a 10-foot hose. Comes to your convenience pack. Just behind the front will be where your dump is. Hook up that hose and pull that black handle. That's going to be your sewer outlet. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, you can open up your door and press your black button to make sure it's empty. Once it's empty, leave this black handle open. Again with your water pressure regulator. Hook that up to your tank flush with the hose at the campsite. Turn that water on and let it run for a good 5 minutes and wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Once that's done, remove your hose. Make sure all that washout has been drained. Then close your black handle and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water, sinks and showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out a little bit for you. When that's done, close that. Come to the rear of your unit. Take your sewage hose, hook it up here, and pull gray tank number 2. Again, you can check inside to make sure it's empty, or listen for it to be empty. Once that's done, remove your hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it inside your bumper. Like so. That'll slide in there. Also, while you're up there, we're gonna dump some waters. Coming over on your off-camp side. Excuse me, your campside. Below your hot water heater is gonna be your low point drain. Open up both of those. Once those are done, come to your water pressure regulator, or your hot water heater, excuse me. Lift up on this handle. That's gonna release all the hot water out of here. Push that back down or your door won't go back on. And then you can pull this drain plug. Put your door back on, hook up your hitch, and head on home. Again, thank you so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.